On Thursday, former President Donald Trump was hit with additional charges related to the classified materials of Mar-a-Lago. This new filing charges Trump with one more additional count of unlawful retention of national defense information. It adds a defendant, Carlos de Oliveira, to the obstruction conspiracy, charges Trump, de Oliveira, and Walt Nauta with two new obstruction counts based on allegations that the defendants had attempted to delete surveillance video footage from Mar-a-Lago in the summer of 2022, and also adds a charge to de Oliveira with lying to the FBI during a voluntary interview on January 13th of this year. So more charges, serious charges, increasing the level and complexity of the case against Trump. So obviously, MAGA is going to react to it by talking about Joe Biden.
What concerns me is you have a sitting president that has a situation like this, but even worse, that had documents, but nothing's happened. So he is, as president, when he was a senator, he took a document. How many years is that? And there's been no prosecution. Anything when it comes to the Biden Inc. family, they get a whole different treatment. How can you be so quick to judge President Trump in a short time period, and you've had all this other, but you can't deal with that?
Charging like random people, just throwing those into the indictments. Is it any coincidence that the DOJ rushes to add these new indictments today after the Hunter debacle, after their own self-dealing and two-timing is exposed, after they tried to hide from us the true extent of this plea deal? That gets blown up, and then it's like, oh, we got to go indict Trump on something else.
Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, distract. Joe Biden, he did the same thing. No, actually, he didn't, though. Turns out he returned all the documents. Trump did not. That's why Trump has been charged with willful retention of these classified documents. Joe Biden also didn't tell his lawyers to lie about it, didn't tell people that those so-called random people that were involved in this, de Oliveira and Walt Nauta, they're also in this because they were told, and they tried to hide this, to again allegedly delete surveillance footage that the DOJ wanted for their investigation. So now look, the thing is, on this issue, there's a cover-up. And that's a problem. It's a cover-up. There's lying. There again, that's all that obstruction. There's the flagrant refusal to return things that do not belong to him. That's the issue here. Now, that said, we're going to get into more reaction, including Fox News trying to make you feel sorry for the additional people that are involved in this indictment. Take a look.
And meanwhile, a maintenance worker, they're going after maintenance workers at Mar-a-Lago, was also charged with obstruction.
Why do you think they're going after these people? First, we'll start with Mar-a-Lago. There are two staffers that worked for him. One's the valet that turned into the property manager, worked for him for 20 years. Why are they going after these guys that, their boss might have said, we're not going to hand over the video or whatever, and they just did what the boss said. And you feel sorry for him. They started out as a valet. One started as a valet, and then he's running the property 20 years later. He probably was providing for his family, and now they're trying to charge these guys so that they'll flip on Donald Trump. And then you've got President Biden on the other side caught with the same thing. And where's that special counsel?
Can you believe it? They would charge people that are accessories to crime with crimes? With being accessories to crimes? I can't believe it. Wait. So are you saying that if your boss orders you to do crime, that you should do the crime? And not only should you do the crime, but you should also, not get in trouble for it? I mean, because they will just use that to try to get you to flip on your boss. That's a criminal. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Going after low-level criminals because they're criminals, in charging them in order to get them to flip on the bigger criminal. It's kind of how law enforcement works. I don't know if they know this. But apparently, though, Fox News and everybody wants you to feel sorry for Donald Trump's goons. and also distract you with, but Joe Biden did it too. And, but what about Hunter Biden? Look, nobody on the left really cares about Hunter Biden. Let's be honest. We're not obsessed with him, okay? Oh, did his plea deal fall through? Nobody cares. Honestly, I think I speak for many people on the left when we say that if Hunter Biden ends up going to jail for crimes, which he did do, he did tax evasion, he possessed a weapon when he shouldn't have, when he was clearly addicted to illegal substances, right? And that's not even arguing like that there shouldn't be, illegal substances. Funny enough, no Republican seems to be caring about, people's Hunter Biden's Second Amendment rights. Apparently, they do believe that there's a restriction on gun ownership if and only if you are Hunter Biden and you are cracked out. But that's the only exception. But if anybody else is cracked out, especially if it's a Republican, oh, here, you have a gun? Here's 3 more. It's complete and utter double standards, hypocrisy, what have you. But look, my point is, if Hunter Biden ends up, going to jail, we're not going to shed a tear for him. And by the way, even the White House is saying, look, we're not going to get involved in this. Okay, they were asked. Karine Jean-Pierre was asked, hey, is the White House going to pardon Hunter Biden? And they're like, no. Now, you want to contrast that with the Trump administration that handed out pardons to Trump cronies like candy. I mean, not only do you have the, scammers, the criminals, obviously, but you also had war criminals that received pardons under the Trump administration. For example, and it's because, again, they either supported Donald Trump or Donald Trump really liked the fact that they were war criminals. First, you had Steve Bannon, who's again, scammed people out of lots and lots of money, millions of dollars, with his, rebuild the wall project, took that money, put it in his pocket. You had Michael Flynn, lied to the FBI. You had Joe Arpaio. You had Dinesh D'Souza, again, campaign finance fraud. You had Michael Chase Behenna, who murdered an innocent Iraqi. You had Clint Lawrence. So this is goes from least to worst, okay? Or at least, when it comes to the least, it's in no specific order, but it eventually gets to the worst. People like Clint Lawrence, who ordered his troops to shoot unarmed, Afghan villagers, murdered 2 Afghans, and then basically tried to cover it up, making false reports. This guy was so heinous that he was turned in by his own men. He was convicted at court-martial, and Trump was like, no, you get a pardon. Because I think it's great that you did war crimes. Trump also pardoned the 4 Blackwater guys who opened fire and killed 14 innocent people. Again, a lot of the people that he pardoned were either people that did horrific war crimes or his friends. Republican Duncan Hunter and his wife also pardoned. Roger Stone, Charles Kushner, that's, his son-in-law's father. Paul Manafort, Paul Erickson, the guy who's apparently dating Russian spy Maria Butina, Elliot Broidy, another major Donald Trump donor. There's more and more, but you get the point. The reason that, of course, so many of Trump's goons needed pardons is because they were also criminals. Why would a good, upstanding person like Donald Trump, who's never done anything illegal in his life and has just been the victim of nonstop witch hunt after witch hunt after witch hunt, hang out with so many ne'er-do-wells? I think we know the obvious answer to that one is because he is one. He is a criminal. Look, I love how the right wing is having a really tough time defending Trump because pretty indefensible, right? But at the same time, it's disturbing to know that the other major political party in this country, because we only got two major ones. One of them is pulling out all the stops to defend someone who is, again, a lifelong criminal.